Now, welcome to another weekend Ramble edition of News from Naboo, where we'll just be taking a topic and running with it and seeing where we go with it. And what is our topic this week?
Well, we're gonna kind of talk about what we expect or think's going to happen with the finale of Kenobi.
Which I guess means spoilers for the first 5 episodes of Kenobi in this video, so haven't seen them?
Most likely.
Yeah, pretty much. Alright, so I have heard the leaks and rumors about how this series will end. So keep that in mind. However, from what I've heard, and I don't know, maybe there are different ones out there, from what I've heard, it doesn't necessarily make a ton of sense, the leaks and rumors about how it'll end. So I'm just going to try to compartmentalize those leaks and rumors and make just speculations on my own. So I'm not going to really dive into those. You might say, well, Thor, if you've heard the leaks and rumors, you know that's not going to happen. Well, let's just throw those away and try to figure out what we think or how we think this is going to end. And I'll let you kind of kick it off. What do you think is going to happen in this finale?
Where we left our intrepid heroes on the ship with no hyperdrive working currently, being followed by the Imperials.
By Vader and the Imperials?
Yes, specifically by Vader, the Imperials. There's a couple things that have to happen. First off, Leia has to hit her head.
Okay.
That is the way I see this happening. No, I'm using the Force to put a memory block, because that sounds a little contrived, a little too cheesy. Honestly, it makes a little more sense if the Imperial ship is firing on them. Something happens, and Leia is standing. She's caught too close to the blast area. She gets flung, she gets hurt, something falls, she hits her head really hard. That's kind of what I can see happening.
Well, I don't think they're going to do a Force block just because she's been so resistant to, throughout the whole, story, really. In A New Hope, she's resilient to the mind probe. In this, she's resilient to Reva's, trying to intrude into her mind. So
I'm going with good old-fashioned head hit.
It could be. I mean, I think they're just going to completely ignore that.
That's a thing that's happened to real, live, actual humans here on Earth, so why couldn't it happen?
I mean, is she going to forget, the last 5 days? That would be
Maybe she'll forget a little bit more.
Maybe.
I mean, who knows exactly how far back they'll say she forgot. She might just lose her memory for a few days, because usually it's short-term memory that gets hit when you get knocked out like that. Let's just say she gets hit. Maybe at this point, there's 2 different ways this could go. Either Kenobi will go with her or not. I'm going to go with the Kenobi goes not. So she gets hurt. Kenobi tells the pilot, whose name is something with an R, and I forgot already, Rowan or something.
Rowan, I think, yeah.
He tells him, hurry up, get her to Alderaan. Get her to Bail. He'll take care of her. And then maybe he goes off in an escape pod or something, because he needs to maybe fight Vader one more time. He needs to somehow lure the Imperials off of their trail, and their ship doesn't have a hyperdrive.
Well, yeah, I mean, first of all, with Leia, I don't think we're going to have that addressed at all. I mean, would it help kind of smooth things over consistency-wise or continuity-wise if she bumps her head and forgets the whole adventure? Sure. But then you're going to have the argument of well, what was kind of the point of bringing her in if she just forgets all this anyway? I don't think any of that gets addressed in the final episode. I don't think other than maybe a throwaway line about, with the whole Bail Organa thing, because now he's pretty much implicated with the Jedi, right? One way or another, we know that Reva kidnapping, his daughter allures out Obi-Wan. That's a bad look for Bail, especially when Bail didn't announce it to the galaxy. Hey, my daughter, the galaxy-wide Amber Alert, my child's missing. If that lures Kenobi out, that's one thing, because then you can just assume Kenobi heard, he came and saved her, Bail had nothing to do with him coming out. I don't think any of that gets addressed at all, other than maybe like I said, a throwaway line about, the Imperial Senate is not, so far gone that the Empire would be bold enough to come after me. Something along those lines is all I can see to smooth out all of that with Leia and Bail and why the Empire wouldn't use her again.
Right. No, but I think it does get addressed that she has some memory loss, because of the fact that we have to remember, even though it hasn't seemed like it the whole time, this is a story about Kenobi. She is still a plot device to help him grow and reconnect to the Force.
Absolutely.
She's not the main character. She's been great. I've enjoyed her in the series. But the show is Kenobi. Her losing her memory, that's fine, because she was a device to get Kenobi back into being Kenobi, the Jedi that we knew.
I agree and disagree only because she has become such a big part. It would have been one thing if she was just used to get him off planet. He rescues her in episode 2, ships her back. We move on from that. Okay, that's fine.
But this way, she's actually helped him reconnect to the Force and reconnect to people.
Sort of. I think
so. She's a connection back to the real world where he kind of checked himself out.
Yeah, I just don't. I don't see them removing that. Honestly, like I said, I
think
see.
they still have to because
Well,
if she doesn't remember, if she remembers everything, it messes up A New Hope too much. She has to forget.
I agree, but I don't think they're going to see it that way. I don't think they want to see it that way. I don't think they want to wipe Leia's memory. Though I do like the idea, and I don't remember where I saw this from. Somebody suggested Obi-Wan could remove her memories of the incident and kind of put memories of Padme in place of them, and that's how she remembers her mother, her real mother, as she says in Return of the Jedi. I don't think they're going to do that, but it would be interesting. I mean, I don't think a Jedi should be able to I'm going to pluck these memories out, put these ones in there. For one, a Jedi wouldn't do that.
Well,
for
her
two,
connection to the Force could easily still answer the question of how she had remembrances of her mother.
Absolutely. I think she could easily have Force visions that she's kind of mistaking for real memories, and we've seen that in the other parts of the canon where she kind of can pick up on significant events and locations and all these sorts of things in the comics. So I don't really have a problem with that. I just think the show could theoretically try to do something like that, even if it's kind of a stretch that Kenobi A could do that and B would do that, kind of tamper that much with her mind.
Okay, so in my story here,
I like your version. Yeah, Leia has a memory wipe, so we can get that consistency. And
Roland takes her to go back to the planet, and Bail will eventually, communicate to Kenobi, she's okay, she's gonna be fine. Her memory is not what it's a little messed up, whatever. But I think he takes an escape pod because he has to lure them away. Their hyperspace drive is not working. He cannot have her captured again. He jettisons himself in an escape pod. Maybe he goes down to another planet or gets picked up, but somehow I think he and Vader fight again, and he proves to Vader he is still the master.
Yeah.
I think another fight needs to happen, but this is where my details get sketchy because he has to now then escape from the Imperials again to get back to Tatooine.
In time to, yeah. That's the thing. I'm pretty sure we're going to get another Vader and Kenobi duel. I don't think we've had the quote unquote rematch of the century quite yet. I don't think what we saw in Episode 3,
But was Episode 5 supposed to be our rematch of the century?
Well, that's the thing. Is it him outwitting Vader in this episode? Is that the rematch? Is it kind of like a cat and mouse game,
maybe
not
just
a
him and
literal
Hayden
fight?
Was the rematch.
Yeah, well, that you could call it that too. Mm-hmm. But I'm just saying. I think she did say Vader and Kenobi. Well, she didn't actually. So I guess they could say that's our rematch. I don't know, but I'm going to assume that with the hyperdrive conveniently not working, Kenobi's going to have to do something to let them escape, and he's going to, I don't know, maybe you're right. Maybe he takes an escape pod down somewhere, though I don't know why Vader just doesn't follow him in a ship and then they go get the rebel.
Because he's singularly focused. Kenobi has outsmarted him again. He's angry. He wants him. He doesn't even seem to care about the path and the Guardians right now. He wants one thing.
But that's pretty just dumb, right? I'm so focused on Kenobi that I'm going to turn this ship, even though I have other smaller ships in this ship, which could easily track down a escape pod. And I don't know, that's a bit much.
Or
if that's
maybe
what
Kenobi goes on the ship and he disables it somehow. So that they can't track or follow the other ship. There could be something simple like that. I mean, we saw him disable a Death Star. Why not sneak aboard the Imperial vessel and disable that somehow?
How do you sneak aboard it, though, at this point?
Millennium Falcon, they snuck aboard just by hiding.
Well, yeah.
And then sneaking out. I mean,
well, sure, but you're talking about A New Hope.
There are ways, and they'll figure it out.
I don't know. I think the escape pod to lure Vader away makes more sense. And if that's what the previous episode is setting up, that Vader is going to be so ridiculous that he's like, I'm turning the ship around, turn my whole Star Destroyer around. Let's follow that escape pod.
Well, does he find the one escape pod with Kenobi on it more important? Catching him
my
more
point
important.
is you don't need to send a Star Destroyer after an escape pod. You can send a couple TIE fighters.
Is there an entire Star Destroyer or just an Imperial ship? I mean,
Vader has a Star Destroyer. It's a Star Destroyer.
He brought his Star Destroyer with her?
Well, why wouldn't he bring his Star? If I had a Star Destroyer, I'd bring it everywhere I go.
Ridiculous. Okay, so those two have their fight again. Kenobi bests him somehow and possibly disables the Imperial ship at the same time.
Yes,
whatever.
And they get away somehow. Their hyperdrive works again.
It takes a shuttle or something, and he leaves.
He gets back to Tatooine on
his way back to Tatooine. He gets a message from Owen. It's one of those creepy hostage type messages where he's like, "I need you to come back," and then Reva pops in. "You better hurry, Kenobi."
Oh, please don't do that. Please don't do that. That is so.
So he knows that the first place he has to go is check on Owen and the boy.
To backtrack one moment, are we sure Obi-Wan beats Vader? Are we not sure that Vader beats Obi-Wan thinking he kills him, or believing he might have killed him? Even though, yes, Vader does think he's alive later on. Don't get me wrong, but
no, I think he beats Vader, or at least if it's not a decisive victory, it's a victory enough that he can get away and slow him down or stop him.
Okay.
Something of that nature. Probably, maybe he brings up Padme and mentions her again to throw him off his game a little bit. Who knows?
It'd be interesting if you brought up Padme.
I'm not going to delve too deeply in that detail, because Kenobi is back on Tatooine.
Oh, yeah. After his message, you better hurry, Kenobi.
Better hurry, Kenobi.
I've got the boy.
Better hurry, Kenobi. I've got them. Something with
Please don't. If that happens, it's your fault now. That is your fault.
So he rushes himself back to Tatooine, and he finds...
What does he find? Does he find Reva holding Luke hostage? And if so, how does that make any sense? How does Luke, who's never seen a lightsaber before, get held hostage by somebody with a lightsaber? Because in A New Hope, let's be honest, he doesn't have any idea what a lightsaber is.
Maybe she doesn't ever turn the lightsaber on.
Maybe not.
I mean, she can easily take that family hostage without pulling out her saber.
Well, sure.
She could easily just be enough of a threat. You know, maybe you see, inside the house, you see her in there with Beru protectively clutching her child, Owen standing in front of them, and her pacing around all inquisitory, impatient, because that's what she is. And he gets there and he stands outside, Reva, I'm here. And she comes out, and maybe Luke stays in the hut with his mother?
Okay.
No, doesn't come outside?
You mean his aunt, not mother?
That's not what he sees her as.
Well, no.
She's a mother to him.
Yeah, exactly.
Even though, he knows it's an aunt.
Yeah.
But she stays inside with Luke to, soothe him, protect him, comfort him.
Shield his eyes from the lightsabers.
Owen follows outside, and he stands in the doorway, and he observes the fight.
But does that...
Luke doesn't see the fight. Luke is inside. He doesn't even know Ben's out there.
Okay.
He just knows something scary happened. We were held up by who knows what when I was a child, and then my uncle was outside and beat her. He doesn't know.
Oh,
he doesn't know.
I hope so. That's the ending I want. Owen goes and kicks
Or the
Beru.
constables showed up. Whatever his uncle tells him.
Yeah.
They duel it out. They fight. He bests her. And he's like, I'm not going to kill you because I'm Kenobi and I'm a good guy. And she's like, if you don't, I'll keep coming for them. And he has to make the hard choice. And he ends her life.
I think he has to end her life, right? She knows she's way too close to Luke. Even if she doesn't put together, which she shouldn't put together the whole show. Well, I mean, I guess she could put together the Chosen One thing. Why couldn't she? I mean, Anakin is known to be the Chosen One. She probably would have known that. And if she hadn't known that at the time, being a youngling, she probably heard about it after the fact.
Yeah, no,
she knows.
If you don't kill me, I will keep coming for him.
Yeah, if she knows the kid's name is Luke Skywalker and Obi-Wan is protected, I mean, she could easily put it all together.
Well, she may not think his name is Skywalker. I mean, she knows
Owen
not. Lars. You think they're gonna?
Yeah.
They may not be like, and this is our adopted son.
I know.
Luke Skywalker.
Yes, that would almost be worse than the bail message to get her there in the first place. Like, don't hurt my son, Luke Skywalker. You're what? What's his name?
Skywalker. He's adopted.
In theory, no, I'm not saying I think Reva's going to automatically know it's Luke Skywalker, but if she does somehow stupidly hear the name, she might be able to put it all together that this is the son of Anakin, the son of the Chosen One. So at that point, even just a Jedi, even just Luke being Force sensitive there, she would
think that he's important.
He's important, yeah.
Right, but if you don't stop me, if you don't kill me, I will keep coming for him.
Kenobi has to kill her.
So Kenobi has to end her life.
Yeah.
But he does it very gravely and with
he doesn't want to.
But he doesn't have a choice.
I will do what I must. He didn't. I mean, look, the mistake he made with Anakin. He didn't kill Anakin. Look how that backfired. So what, is he going to let Reva go now? Full of vengeance and hatred?
And then Owen comes and he thanks him.
He gives the Skyhopper to Luke, the little toy Skyhopper to Luke.
Yeah, and we see a scene where he gives Luke the Skyhopper.
Yep.
Kenobi shambles back to his cave to continue his vigilance. And
maybe he gets his hut finally. Can he get a house now? He's been living in that cave for, I'm guessing, 10 years.
Maybe the cave is the prerequisites to his house. But now he's going to move a little closer. Maybe Owen decides to build him that house. Who knows?
Oh, wouldn't that be kind of nice?
Owen's like, hey, I'm going to help you build a house out here. Whatever. So now he's going to go home. You'll see him sitting down and meditating properly this time and not looking all just desperately grasping at straws. And we'll hear finally Qui-Gon reach back.
I've come to train you to be a Force ghost.
It's really cool. He'll just be reaching out, Master, and you'll hear, Obi-Wan or something.
And then it ends.
And then there's the ending.
I know it's just going to be like, you're just going to hear Qui-Gon's voice and then cut to
black. The only
black.
thing I can't figure out how to fix is Bale's thing.
There's no way to fix that other than, like I said,
other than just that he's so important to the Senate that they won't touch it again.
That's, like I said, if it gets addressed at all, I'm fully expecting a throwaway line of like, I'm too important to be the Imperial Senate. There's no way they're coming after me. Okay, still gonna watch you. You're still gonna have to try to build that rebellion we know you build. So
unless Vader somehow covers the track. Because Vader wants Kenobi for himself. He doesn't want other Inquisitors hunting him anymore.
But he knows the Inquisitors can't kill Kenobi. Like a fully functional and operational one with the Force Obi-Wan. No Inquisitor is a match for him.
Well, maybe, though. He wants it himself, and he doesn't want that the way to go about. I don't know.
Maybe. So you're saying he's going to cover for everything because only the Inquisitors technically kind of know, even though they captured Leia?
What if you see a scene where he goes back to the Emperor and goes, he is dead?
Maybe. But then later on, I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
No, you're throwing ideas. No, I have no problem with that. Throw out the ideas, all the ideas in the world here. That's what we're trying to do.
I'm trying to close as many plot holes as I can and wrap this up in a nice little bow where we don't screw up anything that's coming in the next, in the original trilogy.
Yeah, good luck. Like I said,
my story seemed to do that, didn't it?
Leia hitting her head, sure. Bail, like I said, I do kind of expect
she hits her head because of an explosion because the ship is under attack.
Like even the throwaway line with Bail still has the problem of the Empire is going to be watching him, even if they we can't touch him because of reasons. Yeah, but how are they watching him and he still is managing to?
Because he's that good.
He's that good, but he sends the dumbest message in the history of the galaxy.
Yes.
Okay.
No one will deny that message was dumb, but only one person saw it, other than she's dead.
Well, we don't know that she's going to die. She could.
No, in my story, she's dead.
We've already heard rumors of the the Reva series. They do seem to.
No.
They do seem to very much want to push this character. I mean, you can argue one of the goals of the series was to create this character and to prop her up and for future storytelling.
I don't think she gets redeemed. I think
she's not
too
redeemed.
Angry.
She's evil still. She hasn't done anything to earn redemption.
Maybe the Reva story takes place before this.
Could be.
Why not? You could show her traveling from what happened to her after she escaped the Jedi Temple to when she actually joined the Inquisitors.
Could be, or it's the story for redemption after Vader or after Kenobi lets her go. That. Because, like I said, she's not currently, just because she tried to kill Vader, she's not redeemed. It's the same way when Vader kills Palpatine. That in the eyes of Luke, he's redemption. The first thing she does
is hold a family hostage. In my story, anyway.
No, in the eyes of Luke, he's redeemed, and he does go back to the light. But the rest of the galaxy isn't going to see it like, oh, he's redeemed now. He's all good now. We forgive all these people he's killed throughout the last 20-some years. But I don't know. I think she's going to survive, and it's going to be just head-shakingly dumb because there's no way Kenobi can let her go. He can't take that chance, right?
Right.
Not with an Inquisitor. Even if she's like, I'm turning over a new leaf. I'm good now. I'm going back to the light. You saved me, Kenobi. He's like, I mean, as a Jedi though, can he do that though? Can he
she's
kill
still
her?
A liability.
She is, but as a Jedi, can he kill? I mean,
well, maybe Owen comes out of the house with a gun, and he pot shots her. Yeah. That way, Kenobi didn't do it.
All right,
but Owen defended his family.
I hope so. I like that ending. Actually, It would be interesting to see if
that
Kenobi
is there and she's like, "I'll keep coming for them. I'll kill you." And you see him like, I can't do it. I can't take a life. And then, achoo! There's Owen.
I like that too. I like that idea. That's not a bad one because there is that problem of Jedi don't deal in absolutes. So he can't say she's absolutely evil and kill her out of.
She threatened his family, so I think Owen is the one maybe who comes in. He can finish her, but only after Kenobi has dueled her into to a point where she's vulnerable enough for him to finish the job.
Yeah, and then she gets shot through the stomach, and we all think she's dead.
Through the head.
Jeez, we'd have to see the whole head explode at this point, though. That isn't going to stop her.
Yeah.
Didn't you know humans in Star Wars have two hearts? So I'm kidding. She's a different type of human, a two-hearted human. So you have to hit both hearts.
No, Owen finishes the job. Now that's now how my story ends.
I like your ending. I like what you've put together here.
I haven't read the leaks and rumors, so this is just entirely fabricated from my imagination.
I like it. We're gonna
but
brainwash
we'll have to see if it's better than what they came up with.
Probably is. I don't know. Like I said, I don't think they're going to address it. I don't think they are as concerned with some of these things as maybe certain fans are. I think they're just happy with their little creation, and the rest of the continuity be damned. And then they can make season 2. Maul is back again.
No.
He had 2 stomachs too.
Does he even have a stomach anymore?
Yes.
I don't like to try and think too hard about how the biology works
you don't
when you're a
want
machine on the bottom half.
Yeah, I mean, he got from the waist. It's there's, all the lower half stuff is gone for poor Maul. Mm-hmm. But no, I mean, I see realistically. I think Reva needs to die. Do I think she will? No, I think she's going to somehow survive.
No, she already did her somehow survive. We can be done with that.
She got her survive.
She got her somehow survive already. She's surviving and getting stabbed through the gut. So she doesn't get another somehow survives. I think that's it for her.
All right. I like Owen just shooting her through the head. Just see the brains oozing out. That way we'll know. We'll know if we see that, right?
We'll see Owen coming. He'll shoot her, and then she'll fall over, and you'll see her, and she'll be like, "I'll keep coming for him, Kenobi." And all of a sudden, you see her slump over, and you see Owen standing behind her with a gun.
I like that. I like some of your very specific predictions, like the whole the whole over the comm, Owen, are you okay? It's me, Obi-Wan. It's like, oh, jeez, not this trope.
I found what you were protecting.
Yeah.
Bail told me exactly where he was.
And you didn't erase
that message. And I happened to remember the name Owen from my brief jaunt on Tatooine.
Coincident. The Force led me to Owen that one day, and I learned his name and that he had a family, so I put it all together because
I'm smart.
Yeah. And Bail is dumb. Okay, so I guess that's our predictions. I'm gonna quick recap here. Leia keeps her memory. Throwaway line for Bail Organa and why the Empire won't come for him. We will get a rematch of the century between Obi-Wan and Vader, which will end in Vader thinking he may have killed Kenobi. And then Reva ends up going, of course, to Tatooine. Obi-Wan gets there just in time. They have a fight that Luke doesn't see.
Because he stays inside the house with
Yes, because he stays inside the house. He has no idea about lightsabers and that Ben Kenobi saved him.
Because she doesn't pull it out. She doesn't need to.
Yeah.
Maybe she just force pushes people around and he doesn't understand that.
And then it all goes really south when Obi-Wan lets Reva live.
I don't like that. Your prediction's not as good as mine.
Well, it's more what I think is going to happen and less what I want to see happen. What I want to see happen is all kinds of concussions, all kinds of forgetting. Maybe one for me, too. Maybe I can hit my head and forget about this. I'm kidding. It's not that bad. All right, well, I guess that's all we got for you this time. So now it's your turn to take to the comments below. Give us your predictions for the final episode.
Tell us whose predictions you like better, mine or his.
Yeah, tell us whose predictions tell us which ones you like more and which ones you think are more likely. There's a difference between which ones you like better.
You just want to score higher in a category.
I do. I want to get a win out of one of these, all right? All right, so take to the comments below. Give us your predictions. Tell us what you think of our predictions. Let's talk some Star Wars. And until next time, thanks for watching.